Hi, I'm Faith.
And I'm Neysa. And this is
Go Ladies, a podcast about navigating life, love,
and so much more
from a 40-plus perspective. Body, say that you remember. Body, dancing in September. Body, never was a cloudy day. Ba-doom, ba-doom, da-doom, da-doom.
Homecoming season, I'm doing majorettes.
Whoa. You didn't even want to be no majorette.
I didn't want to be a majorette, but I felt like my hair was giving
Majorette.
Sophisticated ladies, dancing dolls hair. You know how they do the little...
Yes. And that the elements are very much used in HBCU bands.
Yes.
That is on the list, the playlist. You're going to get Earth, Wind, and Fire provided the soundtrack
come on
for
now.
HBCU band.
And do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
Hi, friends.
Hi, y'all. How are you?
Welcome to the Go Ladies podcast.
Go Ladies. Before we start,
make sure you
follow us,
like,
subscribe,
and share. It's like cheerleaders.
Ready? Okay.
Oh my God.
No, we picked it up. No, that was good. That was good. I was like, okay, where is she going with this?
You know, I just be out the street.
We did, man. Let's do it.
And I be dragging y'all along for the ratchetness. It's like, come on.
That's what we do.
Yes.
Why not? Yes.
Okay, what you been up to?
What have I been? Work?
Girl. Say that. Say that and say less.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Well, first I want to say, so the song selection is because we're recording on the 21st of September, which, as you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire, their song September.
Yes.
So, yeah. I was like, ooh, today's song going to be easy because I don't always know what I'm going to sing.
The spirit got to move.
Or rap. Yes. And I was like, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Faith is the musical director for the show, but I'm the musical director for our lives.
No, she's not.
I am.
It'd be a lot of slow music.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you be playing J-Lo.
Here's why I don't hate on Jenny from the block.
J-Lo. Ain't nobody listen to J-Lo. Go ahead.
I do.
You do.
Don't
I walked in
fooled.
one day, and they said J-Lo bumping, and it was like new J-Lo. Continue.
And will. Mm-hmm. And will.
Yes.
Watch the documentary and the behind the scenes of the movie she did. I showed it.
Bless.
I talked about that though. We talked about J-Lo before.
Go ahead.
But
what's going on?
I want to be a musical director like the MTV musical directors.
Yeah.
Because on their shows, the music always lines up perfectly with those one lines. Mm-hmm. Like the guy leaves and then she's like, and I never thought I'd be alone again. Like, oh, so great. You know?
Yes.
That's a skill.
Mm-hmm.
I want a soundtrack for my life. I like that.
You know, I do that with our reels. I do that with reels in general. Whenever I'm like, oh, this would be a great song. And then this line will go great here. I do if you follow us, hopefully you do on Instagram.
Yes.
I do that when we tease like a new episode. I'll try to find the right song.
You got new nails. Let me see.
My hands are sweaty.
Oh, those are pretty.
I thought you saw these. Sorry,
I didn't see those.
No. Oh, yeah.
Those are nice.
Thank you.
They long too. You sexy.
Get it, sexy. Get it. Okay, sorry. She's gonna be here.
And I ain't gonna go, but all right.
I'm not either.
I ain't gonna go to that.
Stop. Okay, good. I don't expect you to. You're not. We're not really her demographic.
I'm not her demographic.
Yeah,
I can,
we're not her demographic.
Listen to the music at the house.
Right.
I can, know a few lines like that one.
Yeah, but we're not going to. We're not getting tickets.
I can't give you no money when you got red hats on your stage.
Give me my money. Understood. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. This is not even on the topic, but I want your opinion real quick. I know.
What?
So, and Maurice, I'm taking this from you. So, but you posted it for the public, so I'm sure you're not offended by this conversation. So, a friend of mine had someone come to their house to do some home repairs, and the guy walked in with a MAGA hat on. What do you do?
Why you put me on the spot?
I want to know what you do.
I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know because it's for some people it is like I have questions.
Question. What's the question?
Was there a down payment? Were things paid up front? Is
No.
there a chance of getting? So they just came.
It's a repair. You got to pay. You know, they come and look at it and then tell you, oh, it'll cost this much and blah blah blah.
I also need to know: is it something that needs to be repaired immediately, or is it something that
stove.
you can? See, thank you. You're asking. It's my stove. Well, I don't really use my stove. I use my air fryer. So I probably, okay, was the repair person self-employed or did they work for a company?
Company.
Mm.
And when they came in, they asked you what you did for a living.
Why are you in my business?
Like, yeah.
I'd most likely turn them away. Yeah. If that's the case.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nah, you got, like, because I will say, that's why I asked, is it an emergency? If it's water coming down, you just got to do what you got to do. I'm going to have to get over it.
Right.
But if it's your stove, thank you for your drive. I would still be me. Your service is no longer needed at this time. Thank you, though.
So I get what you're saying.
Maybe.
So, like,
yeah.
if I'm on the operating table
Yeah.
and I need to be the jump start,
Yes.
I give a damn about your politics.
Right.
I'm a hope, though,
Yeah.
that your politics don't influence how you jumpstart me.
True.
Because I feel like at this period in history,
Yeah.
the MAGA supporter, and I mean not just the Republican supporter, I'm making a definite difference here.
There's a difference.
There are people who are voting Republican, I think,
Yeah.
that are done for voting Republican at this moment because of the Republican Party candidate is the MAGA dude. And so if you were just voting for Cheney,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
or McCain,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's different.
Yes.
But you're choosing to support
Right.
this person.
Yeah.
And that's me being really kind to people calling about this person. But I would hope that wouldn't influence your politics of saving my life.
Yeah.
But when it comes time to you got the hat on, the t-shirt.
Right.
And in my personal heart of hearts, the red MAGA hat is akin to you wearing the Klan hood. And I wouldn't allow the Klan hood in my house.
Right.
So I wouldn't allow this
Yes.
hat in my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. Right. Which is what I'm. Yeah. Which is why I have
We gonna eat out tonight.
The following question.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. They had a different opinion. They were like, I pay the company, not him.
Okay.
You know, people are entitled to the politics no matter how wrong they are. You
Okay.
know what I mean? And we just kept it pushing. But based upon the fact you already asked me what I did when you walked in, like I didn't deserve this shit. Like I didn't earn this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like, especially if I have a gas stove, he gonna blow my house up. No, fuck you. You gotta go. You know.
No, I know it's something. Definitely
In the world of
something to think
exploding
about.
pages and walkie talkies, I don't put nothing past nobody at this point.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Don't. Yeah. Because you're where it's on display.
Exactly.
Now I will. I mean, I'm not. It's not. Kudos isn't the right word, but for me again, at least. Okay, I see where you stand. So
Yeah.
then I can make the decision.
That is true.
To be like, no.
Overt,
It's the
sometimes better than covert.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
To be like, okay, boop, this is what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit there and watch you like this
Right.
the whole time.
Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, they could still be the plant and do some stuff, and you're
Come on.
smiling in your face.
All the time.
Backstabbers.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay,
But
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't wear that. I'm like, no hat, no shoes, no nothing in my house. You gotta take something off because you can't come in here with that.
Hello.
That bad juju. I'm gonna sage your ass
You
up.
do have right. Absolutely.
I ain't got no say. All I got is Lysol, but either way,
we got Jesus.
Right.
So there
That's
you go.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Pray him on out. Pray over your house. Yes.
I'm gonna have that Shekinah glory play while you in here.
My hand was, is there one?
Is there?
Thank you.
And by one I mean you.
Let me go get my oil.
My oil got the bad names though. My oil is from the Black Sauce brand by
yeah,
Nicole.
that's
my
not the
oil
oil.
names are not appropriate to be praying with. So hey girl,
Oils
hey.
make you horny.
Girl, hey. Shout out to Black Sauce and the brand. Yes.
Absolutely.
So okay. Okay, that's all.
Getting to the hard
I
part?
know. It's the
Okay, well,
it's the truth though.
it's the truth. So we're talking Diddy, who he and I share the same birthday, and for years I was like, we gonna have a party together, but no, we not. I would say that, but
You
anyways,
did.
I digress. But you don't know what you don't know when you're not in that life.
I wanted to go to the white parties.
I know. We all did.
Yes.
You see it and you know.
I wanted to be Gloria from the Big Pimpin' video at the white party.
Did. You wanted the white. Yeah, we do. And it looks like fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, just obviously for those, if you're not caught up, just 3 bullet points. He was arrested, charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. His bail has been denied twice by 2 different judges. And his court date is scheduled for early October. That's where we stand now with the trial at last check. Well, what's going on with that? You all know about the seizure. Everyone knows about what was seized. So, yeah.
The slippery slope.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Neysa gave her perspective on IG. Make sure you go check that out.
Yes.
But I know you can expound on that because the video cut you off. So
It did. I was going in too.
Yes.
It did.
Yeah. Yeah. So did he. And now all these like video, like clips of him, you know, are coming out and things he said, which is always the case with certain high profile celebrities. And you look back and be like, in 1992, in this interview, and he said, and you'd be like, oh, that did sound that was nasty, but that was racy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's multiple points here. So the first thing is, number one, we stand with victims, right? We
Yes.
always stand with
Yeah.
victims. We
Yeah.
believe the victims. You know, we knew that the house of cards was going to crumble when the Cassie lawsuit came out.
Yeah.
And once he paid that out so quickly, we knew that there'll be other ones coming too. This is not a surprise to anybody.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, nobody's like, now, to be honest, I don't know why, like Demetria Lucas said, I don't know why you were still in the country waiting on it.
Hello.
You might need to take your ass to somebody else. Like, the Fast and Furious movie lists all the countries that don't have extradition. You need to pick one of them.
You know where Russell is.
Right, exactly. You need to be on,
I mean,
if you're going to be on some demon time, you be on some demon plane. Get the hell on out.
Not that
So,
somebody grandma
Right.
would be on the demon plane.
something,
Yes,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
not a surprise.
Yeah.
And he also started divesting from his companies, knowing that this was coming, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know, this is not a surprise.
Right.
I also know that you can take a clip of anybody's life,
Right.
or a photo from anybody's time,
Yeah.
and then apply it to this new narrative.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying that stuff was not referencing those things. It might really
Right.
well have been.
Yeah.
But I hate when they arrest somebody and then they, you know, and look, we did it. We worked in news.
Yeah.
You comb through the person's social and you find that one photo where they're looking like this.
Yeah.
And you're like, and they use that as the
They
photo.
do,
And
yeah.
everybody's, oh yeah, they look crazy.
Like they did OJ
Right.
on the Time magazine. They darkened his skin and all that.
Yeah. But even not that, like there's bad photos of us out there.
Absolutely.
Where I'm looking in the background of somebody's photo and I'm looking like this. And
Yeah.
it's just because I couldn't read something. I was trying to look,
Right,
squint
right.
and look far away
Yeah.
or whatever else. But if you take it out of that context,
yeah.
you're like, she look at her menacingly. No, I couldn't read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't see.
No, yeah. And
you know?
we know.
And there's tons of those photos out there of people.
Yeah.
And
Looking crazy.
exactly. Brief sidebar.
Yeah.
The HBO had a docuseries on the movie industry and talking about, you know, great film, what makes great film. Did you see it?
I think yes. It was yeah.
During one of the episodes,
about
it
it,
talked
yeah.
about this black and white film, and they applied different music in a different beginning and ending scene. But the guy was looking very much so straight face.
Yes.
No emotion, no nothing.
Yeah.
But because of the context they put it in, and
Yeah.
then they showed it to an audience, the audience like, you could see the emotion, how hurt he was, or you could see
that.
him longing for
Yeah,
love, or
yeah.
all this stuff. Same shot,
Yeah. Different music.
different music, different beginning and end.
Yeah.
And so context matters.
It does.
And so again, I'm not a defender of Diddy,
Right. No, I know what you mean.
but I am saying that let's think about this critically because it could be you. Because we've all done something wrong in our life. Not to the same extent, of course.
but we all.
And it's going to be more people coming out after this.
Absolutely,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
let's not bandwagon.
Right.
The stuff stands and is bad enough. I don't need to. And then,
Yeah,
and what
yeah.
about? And then they keep showing celebrities with pictures with Diddy. He's been a celebrity for a long time.
Yeah, he has been. Yep.
Well, him and Tracy Ellis Ross took this picture together in 1988 and did.
Yeah. I'm glad you're talking about it.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
How many pictures am I in with people from Homecoming? And should one of them become a serial killer?
Hello.
They might the picture with Neysa and did.
Did
I know it was a serial killer? No.
You didn't know.
No.
I think that's, for me, not, again, we stand with the victims, like
of
you
course.
said. It bears repeating.
Yes.
But we don't fully know people. Just because you were in a photo with someone doesn't mean you were privy to what was going on at said parties, or it literally could have just been a 10-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute conversation.
Right.
Hey, good to see you. Let's photo, and then you keep it moving. You know, you don't know. You don't always know, and then court of public opinion. You just assume with these photos, like you said, like, well, they knew they was in a photo with him, and that's like that's not always the case.
No.
So.
No.
That's why even the question you asked earlier, like, because of what we do as well, and for me with wisdom, I ask questions. I don't take things at face value. I need to dig a little deeper. Let me find out for myself.
Multiple sources.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. So I often say about the 90s, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times, 90s. I love to tell Two Cities.
I know you do.
It's one of my favorite books, actually.
You do, yeah.
It really is.
Okay.
But I know that there will be more.
Absolutely. Because this doesn't happen by yourself.
No.
And celebrity is a different kind of animal, I will say. I'm very much aware of. I've heard some stories. But yeah, there will definitely be more.
There's going to be more.
You don't know why they're alone.
We should not be shocked and appalled by this.
Yeah.
Like, we should not. Like, so I talked to my youngest daughter, and I don't know how we got on the subject, but basically about how as culture changes and evolves and hopefully gets better, things that were once allowed are not. I remember being in my first newsroom and the amount of things that are not allowed now. I'm not going to go into detail. Things that are not allowed now were allowed then.
Yeah.
Things that were said then
Oh, yeah.
that are not allowed
Absolutely.
now.
HR.
Come on now.
Whew, yeah.
And that's just in my life, and I ain't got no money.
Listen, hello. Seriously,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think about comedy. Eddie Murphy's Raw
Yeah.
can't play now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now we've seen it. I'm gonna laugh at it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But when I listen to it now, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I ran
That
back
was
Sex in the City recently
Okay. Yeah.
and was like, that ain't standing up either. Because things that were allowed and we laughed at then, and let me be honest, it was at the expense of people that we probably didn't recognize they were marginalized, right?
There you go. Yeah.
So it didn't stand, but it doesn't stand up now because now when I know better, I gotta do better.
Yeah.
And so, hell, people who are racist,
Yes.
1960 whatever, and y'all here still now, and I'm hoping that you're doing better now.
Yeah.
With the whole MAGA thing, I don't think y'all doing much better. But y'all should do better. You know what I mean?
Right.
But,
right.
Yes. And the thing is, do I hold you to account for your past sins? And I think the answer is for sins, yes. For transgressions, maybe no.
Okay.
If there's been growth.
Right.
If the things you did were criminal, you got to pay for that.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And these people were hurt and whatever else. You have to pay for that.
Yes.
Because just because you've grown does not erase the pain that you caused somebody else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When it is I won't even say misspeak. When you spoke at a time that was appropriate then, but it's inappropriate now, but you've had growth in the process, and you're like, hey, because I think Eddie's even said, he's like, I wouldn't do them jokes now.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I know better now.
Yes.
Yeah. And that to me is like, that's why you get not a pass, but you're able to continue going forward because we all grow. And learn and evolve.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is.
That's the difference for me. And I'm glad you brought it up because I think a lot of people hold people accountable for who they were 20 years ago, 10 years. And it's like, even, I don't know, what comes to mind is like Kevin Hart and the hosting of the Oscars.
Right.
And it's however many years ago, and you dig up this tweet, and it's like, but that's not necessarily who he is now.
Right.
You know?
Now, he didn't do a real good disavowing it when he did.
Okay.
You know, he didn't do a good job at that. It took a little extra conversation to get him there.
True.
Because the immediate answer is, that's not who I am anymore.
That's not who I am anymore.
And I should have deleted it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But growth for grace is, because listen, I'm not going to take out a church. But had it not been for God's grace.
Come on now.
We wouldn't be where we are. I think about your own life, you know what I mean? And the shit we've done, the things we've said, we've hurt people, whatever, you know? And it's, if you know, judge me on that.
Some of that shit I stand on.
But
okay, some of it I don't.
That is fair. But to your point of growth.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not, look at me for where I am right now.
Right.
If that's where you enter into my life. Not, well, you know, 15 years ago, Faith said, I'm like, but I'm not her anymore.
So, exactly what you're saying. Now, like I said, like 5 seconds ago, some of that stuff I stand on.
And meant it.
And still do. I'm thinking about a very particular instance. But, no, I'm for real. But,
I know, I'm not, I'm just.
But there was a tweet the other day that says, don't nothing embarrass me like 2010 Facebook post.
Facebook will humble you real quick.
Because it give you the memories.
Ooh, girl,
I delete. And I am a person who has combed through my timeline multiple times and have cleaned out things.
Yeah.
It's probably time to do it again.
Yeah.
You know? Because you clean it out on one lens and then you get new lenses.
Yes.
And you get, let me go and clean this out too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I've done that.
Yeah.
But those posts, those memory posts come up, I'm like,
girl. I'll be like, I said it. For real. I'm like, I was wilding. I really do look back. I'm like, I was crazy.
But we were not digital natives.
That's true.
And that's what people forget too.
That's true.
We did not know at the time the permanence of social media.
Yes. Yeah.
We also came to a time where we were learning as it was being built. You know? And so my children, I feel like, are much more curated because they've seen the repercussions of and they have, you know, seen it their whole lives. You know what I mean? Whereas we were just like, the Wild Wild West, we here now, you know?
I had so many posts about quitting my job. And they pop up and I'll be like, thank you, Lord. Like, for real. 'Cause I can't wait to get out of here. Like, really?
Yes. But also employers weren't checking your social.
They weren't. Not like that. No.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it was all these different things. Lord. And so it's like,
yeah, true.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I made some huge mistakes on the social.
I know.
You know?
Yes.
And there are things if I go back, like, girl, just go to sleep. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, so y'all, look, be prepared. I said it's on the Instagram.
Yeah.
But be prepared because your faves are going to get caught up in it too. People are trying to speculate who's going to be next.
Yeah.
The next one.
It'll happen.
It's going to happen.
So I'm going to ask you, like you be asking me.
Come on, answer the question.
Your thoughts on the music. Because technically he became an artist, kind of. But
he's more of a curator.
Producer. Executive, whatever. Because I know your thoughts on
the other one,
another
the Pied Piper.
Yes, but this one's a little different in terms of your listening enjoyment.
I know.
I'm just curious today where you stand.
I don't have an answer for that. I thought about that already.
Okay.
I don't have an answer for that. Okay. So I can't watch Cosby Show. Like I can't watch it.
Okay.
And I love Cosby Show.
I know.
Like I love Cosby Show.
Yeah.
I love Cosby, the second one that he did.
Right.
I can't watch either one of them. And maybe that'll change in the future because there are other people who get, you know, residual checks from that, and I want them to get their money. But at the same time, for me personally, in this moment, I just can't. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Pied Piper, I turn off. I don't do Pied Piper. You know, I don't rock with him.
Yeah.
But I still will do Miles Davis. You know?
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm thinking that I don't know. I don't know if I equate just beating a chick with less than sexually assaulting a chick. You know what I mean? Because everybody in their mind has their own hierarchy of crimes.
We do.
You know? With me being a pedophile is the top, and then you know, everything else falls under that. And I'm just like, this hierarchy of crimes, like people have a hierarchy of sin.
Right.
You know?
I know.
Every church got a hierarchy. Right. You know? Oh, you can't be gay, but I can be fucking on the side. Yeah. You know? Like, what? That don't make no sense. But because the Lord don't see it like that. Sin is a sin.
Right.
But, but so I have not given an answer for that. Because I'm like, if I get rid of the Bad Boy catalog.
Right.
Because the Bad Boy reunion tour, I wanted to be at.
You did.
You know what I mean? Yes. Like, I want to do a little dance.
You said that.
I want to be there.
I know.
And now I'm like, do I get rid of Total? Do I get rid of Faith? Do I get rid of Biggie?
Here. I can't get rid of Biggie.
Exactly.
I will say that. And you just mentioned Biggie. Biggie has some questionable lyrics.
Yes.
Biggie's no longer here, though.
BBD.
All of them. Yeah.
Backstage.
Under it, he's telling you.
Yes.
But we still, you know, some of those like, we don't sing that part, or do we? Again, I'm not.
And I was underage when I was singing it.
Well, you know, I was very underage.
And I thought.
I was singing it.
Honestly?
Yeah.
I thought it was a siren song. Like,
yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, but what?
Right. Yeah.
Like, what?
You listen to it now. And they still perform it. Full lyrics and all. When we saw them, Ronnie said that part. Like, okay, if you say so.
I think also Beyonce.
Okay.
Because people are already talking about Jay and Beyonce, and this is not about that.
Yeah.
Because like, is Jay gonna be in the mix? And you know, people are having conversations.
I know.
I don't care about that. That's not my issue right now.
Okay.
But I think about her responsiveness. I forget which song it was. It was on the Renaissance album. The word spaz was in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And people were like, that's a bad word. And I didn't know it was a bad word yet.
I didn't either. I didn't either.
It took 2 hours of it being a bad word for her to re-release that song without it in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was like, nothing but a thing.
Immediate action.
Because I don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah.
So let me just go ahead and cut that out. If you say it's a problem, it's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and cut that out, re-release it. I can do it at the house.
I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm not,
It's like, okay.
You just change it.
Change it.
Yep.
And I appreciate that. And at the time, I was like, that's real quick. But I was like, I appreciate that.
Right.
You know? Like, I don't want to offend anyone.
Right.
I often say at work, I don't want to be a boss people have to heal from.
Hello.
And I think I don't want to be a person most of the time that people have to heal from. Most of the time.
Yes.
Most of the time.
I know what you mean.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is a whole different space for me to be in than I was before. Before I used to be like just machete people. And be like, all right, you know, but now I'm like,
growth.
Love and light.
There you go. 5 days.
I'll be trying.
Yes,
girl.
you do.
So,
but that's growth.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's good.
What are you going to do with the catalog?
Oh, well, okay. So I've had this conversation. My thoughts right now, right? Because people grow, people change. The artists are not him. And to date, none of the artists on the label that I'm aware of have been named
And
are charged with anything. And they were done dirty financially. I mean, they all talked about how the deals were shady, whatever. So I don't have a problem with the artists that were under Bad Boy. That's where I am now. And they were very pivotal to the soundtrack of my life. Like, I'm, you know, I can admit that. So right now, I'm like, Biggie comes on. I'm going to wear my Biggie t-shirt. And I'm going to go in, you know. That's where I am right now. So
that makes sense.
I have to see how it plays out. But right now, the artists, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know that they did anything. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll put that in our poll.
Yes.
I'll put that in
That'll be good.
Chat. Like, what do people want to do with that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. We'll see. We'll keep you abreast of all the things. Because, like you said, more to come.
Yeah. It's more to come. Yeah. But let me say this one last thing.
Okay.
People are wrestling with the catalog like we are.
Yeah.
People are wrestling with this whole, you know, soundtrack of my youth and all that.
I know.
But while we're talking about celebrities, make sure you clean up the shit in your own family.
Thank you. Sweep around your own front porch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know Uncle Bobby, it's tricky.
Yes.
Don't have Uncle Bobby around them kids.
Absolutely.
And actually call a thing a thing.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Don't let protection of one loved one be the detriment of everybody else. So,
yeah.
clean up.
I like that.
Okay.
That was good.
Thank you.
We can end the show. We're not, though. Okay, so we're going to go. You want to be critical?
I can be critical.
All right. So,
go ahead.
if you saw Neysa's post,
oh, Lord.
I'm going to go back to that one.
I know. I've been posting a lot. I need to quit posting.
It's like your diary almost. But
I'm gonna delete it in 10 years.
So Neysa posted you right. You posted a photo. First she sent it to me. I didn't know she was gonna post it. I really would have tried to talk you off the ledge, but that's probably why you didn't tell me you was gonna post it. Sends me a photo, and it was a professional. I mean, like it was Candace. We're at a networking event, and Neysa's standing. She's talking with someone else. I'm seated. You sent me a photo with a red circle and an arrow just emphasizing your face, your jaw, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
My jawline.
Your jawline. I'm like, okay, I text back. Next thing I know, your ass done put it on the Instagram. And you done went in. And do I need to get back on the table? You done tagged your doctor. Like, and I was like, wow. But again, we are very much entitled to our feelings, and we are our toughest critics is what I'm getting at. We are very hard on ourselves. And even because I read the comments and we're just trying to show you mad love.
Yeah.
But again, when you feel a certain way about yourself, it's hard to sometimes recover from that, even though you have.
Correct.
But then it's on to the next thing, or you'll see something else that you don't like. Yes. So that's what's prompting this chat.
Oh, here we go.
Go, girl.
Okay. Number one, you have to know yourself. Number one. And I know that I am good on video. Hello. You know? I am good in person for the most part.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about good as in I can be captured in a way that I am comfortable with. Right?
Yeah.
I am not always good in photos. Photos for me are awkward.
Okay.
And it's like with top model. Like, you know, supermodels look like baby giraffes.
Yeah.
But then they look fierce on the photo.
Yes. I
but you can know somebody looks really great in person.
Yes.
And it'll look like the Crypt Keeper in the photo. I feel like I'm in that second category.
Gotcha.
So that's number one. And let me clarify. When I posted that photo, it was not because people post stuff just to get the love.
Right.
That was not that.
I know.
I was posting that to say, people often tell me I look nice, and that's great. But that's still, at this time of life, it's still a mind fuck as you transition in age, as your body changes. And we don't talk about that enough. Everybody's putting out this curated, oh, it's a great day and I look great and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But there are days when you get captured like this and your face has this fullness to it that you're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it messed with my head. Now, I am my own worst critic. I know that.
Yeah.
I am very, very hard on me. I am.
You are.
I recognize that. But that's what it was for me. And it was just like, is this really how I look? Because there be times you get dressed and you're like, I'm together. This is cute. And then you see the picture later on, you're like, but I was cute in the mirror. So which one is the world seeing? The mirror version or the photo version? You know? And so you got to figure that out. And it's hard to figure out when everything's captured on film and photos and all those things.
Yeah.
So that's that. So I get through that and I'm like, okay, you know, we're going to be cool. Now, let me tell you how I got there. I did research, you know, how to get this taken care of.
Okay.
I did. I was looking at some stuff. There's some shots that you can get to dissolve the fat.
Yeah.
And all seriously.
I know you did.
Got the pamphlet downstairs.
Yes.
I went to the research. And they said it hurt real bad. I'm like, I don't know about that. But, you know, there's
no more pain.
Right, exactly. So all these things.
Yeah.
I'm also losing weight. We talked about that before.
Yes.
So I am losing weight. Actively losing weight. So I'm proud of that. But I'm just like, you know, as we're doing these things, what else can we be doing?
Right.
Then we have sorority meeting on Wednesday. And there's a picture of me on our chapter's feed that is me from the back. And I see the back of my knees. Now, don't nobody care about the back of their knees. But But I saw it and I was just like, why the back of my knees look like that? Because who sees back their knees unless your knees are next to your head, and then you ain't caring about that at that point anyway. Okay. But anyway, yes. But I was like, which caused me to. And I had to go lay down. I think it was lay down because top of the face thing and now my knees. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm looking like a Oompa Loompa. Right. This is not cute.
You were starting to spiral.
I was starting to spiral.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I got back up and got it together.
Yeah.
But I do recognize a lot of that's in my head. Mm-hmm. And again, I've said before, I cannot hate myself into being what I want. You got to love yourself into all those things.
I learned that from you.
And so I have to work through that. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean 360, 5 days. I'm not going to be like, oh, I love Neysa 365.
Yeah.
I am grateful. Mm-hmm. I am blessed that I get to complain about this.
Yeah.
Because I could be decaying and not aging. Because we know people who didn't make it to here.
Amen.
So I'm blessed and I don't knock that.
Yeah.
That does not mean that I can't also be critical of myself sometimes and be like, have just a bad day.
Yeah.
And those were bad moments,
right.
Right. And so, and they just happen to come back to back. So I'm trying to, let's not have any more of those bad moments for right now. Let's give us some space to breathe. And, what can you do to really just stay in a positive place?
Right.
And even yesterday, I was getting ready to go to happy hour. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what am I going to wear? This, and I said, you know what? Get out your head. Mm-hmm. Put on what you want to wear and wear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whoever don't like it, don't give a damn. Mm-hmm. And I got dressed and I went and I was very happy with how I looked.
Good.
And I was like, this is just what I want to wear.
Yeah.
And I want to have some of that. I've earned, not that I deserve.
Come on,
I've earned the freedom to do what I want, to wear what I want.
Yes.
And it is what it is. So. Especially when you see people out there, no shade, no tea.
Yeah.
But you see people wearing all kinds of everything outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they got the confidence.
I was going to talk, that confidence.
Yeah. And I'm like,
kudos to those women.
It might look a mess.
Right.
But they outside like, and what? Who don't check me, boo? And I ain't.
Some at the African Street Festival.
Exactly.
Yes. But it's like, that kind of self-love for those that really, because I'll admit, I don't think all of it is that. Some of it is a little pick-me-ish, depending on the person, but some of it really is confidence. I am confident in who I am. I'm gonna put this on. I don't care what you think, and you go from there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
So
you're a work in progress.
We all are.
But it's funny because back to like your digital footprint. I think for me, when you posted it, I obviously it's your story. I felt a little sad because I'm like, you're really leaning into this instead of trying to pull yourself out. But I understand that is part of your process, because by you putting it out to Front Street, now everybody is looking at this red circle with an arrow that wasn't nobody looking at before in one photo. So that was my thought. And as your sis, I did feel sad. I was like, now why the hell would you post this for everybody to see? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you may go back and delete it later. I don't know, but that, I just, I don't want you to live in that space, and you don't.
Yeah.
But and we've all been there. It's not just a Neysa thing. I have. So.
And let me say this too.
Yeah.
And I hope it's received in the right light.
Okay.
I've been pretty my whole life. Mm-hmm. I said that. I've been pretty my whole life. And sometimes people lean in and think, oh, well, she's pretty and she has no problems.
Okay.
You know, or there's pretty privilege, blah, 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 blah.
It's a thing. Yeah.
And yes, pretty privilege is a thing.
It's very real.
There's also a weight to that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say it's even heavier or less than anybody else's weight. Right. I'm going to say for me, the weight comes when you've always been pretty, you fight to hold on to it. Because you don't know what's on the other side of that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I told you, my mom told me, she's like, at one point you'll be invisible.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with that, you know? And it's going to feel weird. And it does feel weird.
Yeah.
You know? Where I'm not the object of everybody's desire? What? Huh? What?
I'm in the wrong room.
Right. What is this?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And getting used to that as it comes with aging and all those things. And that is that I want to be anymore. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm so used to that when I'm not the Beyonce.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
it's difficult.
What?
Yeah. You're like, what is this?
What is this space? You know? It's weird.
Yeah.
And Humans of New York had this woman recently.
I love that.
I know. And she was talking about how she's invisible now. You know? Mm-hmm. And how that's a weird space. And I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
And she articulated very well what I'm trying to say now, but it's like, she was just like, it's this weird space where I would love to be flirted with.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I would love some of that attention.
Yeah.
Because we joke about the, you know, go to granddaddy's flirting with us, whatever else. But that doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah. No. Right.
It doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
And I've heard other women who are younger and pretty who say people don't flirt with them a lot either because people assume they're out of reach too.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's interesting. But it's just, I posted it really to show like, hey,
I got you now.
As we age, we all are human. Yeah. And even at the height of the prettiness, like there's still these days where you're just like wrestle with it, you know, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I don't ever want to give off this air of perfection. I think I don't.
You don't.
I don't. No. I'm pretty good at sharing my.
You're human as hell.
Yeah, my pitfalls.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to make sure, you know, to share. Like, you know what? Y'all see this. Y'all see me doing VP stuff. Y'all see me doing podcast stuff. Y'all see me out here working this stuff. But sometimes when I go home, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like.
That's real.
Yeah.
Like when Annalise took a wig off.
I don't.
You don't look.
You know. I don't want to be.
Yes.
The strong black woman moniker kills us. Mm-hmm. And I want you to see me as vulnerable too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that was part of that too.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
For explaining that.
Yeah.
That was good.
But as a communicator, I also recognize if it's not received that way,
right?
Then there's still things to be done.
Absolutely. But, and also you're not responsible for how we received it.
Of course.
In that moment, that was your truth.
True.
You put it out there, you know what I mean? But
as a communication professional, I do believe
like,
that,
how is it perceived?
How it's perceived is also is part of that. And so I am partially responsible for that.
I love your village though, because we quickly rallied around you.
Yeah, I do rally.
We do. We're like, rally. You know, girl. I text her. I said, okay, because you always tell me that.
Yes.
I was like, lay for a minute, but you can't stay
there. You don't buy no real estate there.
I was like, come on back. Come on back.
Yep. We all have a bad day.
We do.
You just can't. Look, you can lay there.
Yeah.
You can even pitch a tent there.
Right.
But you can't buy no real estate there.
Absolutely.
You got to get up and keep going on the journey.
You gotta move.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, again, you mentioned like digital natives. I want to talk about like the camera aspect of it. So the more events we go to, they have hired professional photographers.
Correct.
So this is something for me. I guess I've never shared that with you because of at least two of my line sisters. I try now really to be cognizant and aware of cameras.
Oh yeah.
I really do. So if the event is small enough, which this one was, I'm trying to be like, you know, while I'm talking, but I'm looking peripheral and I'm, like I am now becoming more aware. Now, I don't know if that's something, you know, you want to choose to adopt.
I was talking.
Yeah, and I know that when you're in the moment, you're having a good conversation. For me, I now have to be, and not that I think I'm a celebrity, but I just realize
paparazzi be all over you, girl.
Sure they do. But I am more aware the more I attend, and I'm like, okay, I might be in a photo somewhere. So, you know what I mean? Just passing that nugget along to you. And I have photos I hate. So we're human. We know that. But you've done
it to me. You've asked me to take some things down before too.
Yeah, I have.
And I'm like, okay, yeah.
So I'm not, this isn't a Neysa This is me. I'm like, girl, my stomach, you know I'm big. Like, just big, not ugly. Huge difference.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But at events like that, I try to, you're not always going to get it right because they want it to be candid. But I do try to be mindful, like, okay, where's the camera?
When I'm not talking, I was obviously having a conversation with someone.
Having a good conversation.
Right. But when I'm not speaking, I am aware.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even people taking pictures or selfies near me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, you are. Yeah. 'Cause you just never know now.
Right.
You just never know.
To bring it full circle, I hope they don't do any crimes because then I'll be in the back of that photo looking like this. Right.
And Neysa was back there smiling.
Right.
She knew all along.
Right, exactly. So, yeah.
No, I know. Mm-mm. But I'm proud of you.
On, what was that? Be and Mary Jane. Mm-hmm. She went to a club. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I do remember the show.
She went to a club.
Yeah.
And she went to a club that didn't allow phones.
Oh, I remember that.
And I'm like, sometimes
That's where you want to go.
I want to just go back.
Yeah. So, yeah.
To a time.
Where was it? Where mine is on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where there's just no phones.
Yeah.
You know, just for the night.
Yeah.
And you can just turn up and be cool.
Yeah.
And let it, you know.
You knew where you were going.
Yeah.
You knew how to, like, you didn't need the phone. Now it's an extra appendage.
It is. And you have to be very, very cognizant, like, of your phone. There was a friends of mine, actually.
Yeah.
During homecoming, they had a party bus. I know who y'all are. I know who y'all are.
Yes.
And there was another person who was on the bus, because I wasn't on the bus this year, because, you know, I'd be doing 50 million things at homecoming.
You're a boss.
But there was a person who wasn't a regular on the bus.
Okay.
Who I knew, too.
Right.
Who was going live.
Oh.
And I text my friends, and I was like, hey.
Oh.
She's valid the safe space. I need to check that, you know?
Yeah.
And it was taken down shortly thereafter.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been at weddings where people are on the side and they were going live from the wedding.
I know. Yep.
And I'm like,
Yep. I know.
This is a judge.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is in
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
In our culture, we pedestal people, and if you are a judge, we want you to be a judge 24/7.
Right. Yep.
We don't want you to shake no ass.
No.
We don't want you to turn up.
We want you to wear that robe
all day
all
to
the time.
Kroger.
Yes.
Wear the robe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Or if it's a pastor.
Right.
We want you to be a pastor 24/7.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Or a teacher.
Yeah.
24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. At homecoming, I am none of the things.
Right. You're here to have a good time.
I tell y'all know me at homecoming. Don't come see me.
For a good time.
You're right. I might not know who you are. I might not speak.
But you told them ahead of time.
So, don't come for me. You know what I mean? And so we have to allow people to be the multifaceted people that they are, the myriads of people that they are, because we don't allow people to do things.
No.
You know?
We just hold people to standards that we don't hold ourselves to. That's the part I hate.
We ask for grace for ourselves and justice for others, and it's not fair.
It's not.
No.
No, I feel you.
So I just want that space back, you know, where
there was a time.
Thank you.
There was a time. Like you said, the 90s, the best of times.
The worst of times.
One of the best was when nobody going live.
My friends and I, or a Christmas brunch, there'll be a few group photos.
Right.
And then phones kind of go down. Yeah. Because it's going to be a time.
And you all have an understanding. You know, almost, hate's not the right word, but just that the conversation that you have to have, like, okay, don't put your phones down. We're not. But nowadays, I feel you have to do that. Like, this is not that type of event. Right. Like, don't be recording us looking crazy. Don't go live. But you have to have those conversations.
And you have to protect the brand of your people.
Yes.
And understand that their parameters might be different than yours.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
I've been on the party bus a couple times in life, obviously.
Yeah.
And somebody went up. They was having a great time. Yeah. They went up. Yeah. And we had a party bus that had the windows covered.
Okay.
Because we was like, we wanted a private party bus.
Yeah.
You see the party bus going out downtown?
Right. No.
Out the window.
The woohoo girls.
We didn't have that. Woo. We had the windows were covered. Right. And one person was like, nah, pull the curtains down. Let them see me shaking life. And was like, no. 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 Hell no.
And you have the memories in your mind. Like, there's no evidence of it.
No.
Good times.
I want to just remember it. I want to be in the moment. I'm also that way about concerts. You know that about me.
You are, yes. I have to tell you. Neysa, I need a photo. I request like one or two. I don't put too much on you.
Please don't.
I just need like a photo. Just what? Please. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And you know, I'm in a mixed bag with ages and people who, so, you know, there are those who live on the phone. I'm kind of in the middle.
You are.
I'll do a little something. I'll hook you up a reel, but that for me makes me think of my TV days. I'm like, let me get a little. Yeah. I like a recap. I like a capsule.
Mm-hmm. You do.
as I've shared with you before, as I get older, and I have a history of Alzheimer's and dementia in my family. And it's not something I'm fearful of, but it is something I'm aware of.
Yeah.
What if I can't remember the time on the party bus? But I've had this.
Right.
Not the crazy,
Right.
whatever, but just I have some photos, people smile and laugh and whatever. So that's my why.
Yeah.
But I don't go off the rails like other people do, in my opinion. So I still try to be in the moment at the event.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to have a memory of it.
I also think about death a lot. Mm-hmm. And I think about the cleanup of death. And what do I want my children to have to sift through?
That's fair.
And what becomes of those things?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
MLK passed away, obviously, and his family had to sift through his things. But his things live in libraries and all those things on display.
Yeah.
The majority of us will not have a library display,
Right.
or a mausoleum or a museum curated thing.
Yeah.
And so I think about that now when I do things. I'm like, who's gonna clean this up?
That's smart. Yeah.
That's
a great point.
Christopher was cremated. I have Christopher obviously here at the house. But I thought about that for myself because I want to be cremated, but I don't want to be in an urn. I want to be planted outside under a tree. Let me just go back to the earth and nourish the earth. I don't want I don't want that a casket and all that stuff.
I can't have you in my house.
Return me to the ground and let me just be growing a tree.
Okay.
And already told our Deborah know. Deborah know.
She know the plan.
Yeah, but and it's because I don't want to end up in Goodwill.
Yeah, we know those stories. Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Yeah, we all are.
We all are.
Yeah.
I'm going to die. And that means my children will have to have Christopher and myself. Mm-hmm. Right? And I have 2 girls, so they can split us up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever else. One house, one at the other house. Cool, no problem. But then at one point in time, they're going to die.
Yeah. And then
Don't my grandkids have to have Grammy, Pawpaw,
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Or do I want to be in the ground that nobody's going to come visit 20 years from now? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because you're only visited for a generation or 2.
That's true. Yeah.
And then nobody comes by to visit you anymore.
Right.
Yeah. And so why would I take up space in the ground like that? That's not giving back.
Come on, Mother.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
And so I think about that.
Yeah.
I think about, the cure. Everybody has 1,012 photos in their phone.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What are you saving them for?
True.
Either clean them out, print them out, something. But we just have 1,012 photos in our phone.
My storage is full right now.
Yeah. Our screenshots. So I screenshot these things and never check again.
Screenshot. I paid the bill.
Right.
Now we good for that.
Yes.
Because you ain't gonna come for me. Talking about I ain't paid.
Exactly.
It's paid.
But at some point we gotta go back and clean it out.
I know. I was looking like this was from 5 years ago.
Right.
That bill been paid.
Exactly.
It's been paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do. I think about that.
Yeah.
And I do with the Christopher. Obviously my grandmother. Passed away.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't want to be that. I try.
Yeah.
I don't like mail. Like
I hate mail.
Because
there ain't no $1 million in there.
Right.
Like, stop sending me stuff.
Right.
I got you.
I'm trying to do better about cleaning out that stuff.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Go nice. I'm proud of you. Yay, girl.
I'm proud of this.
We're doing a good job.
We are.
Speaking of, we're going to transition. Last segment of the show. Because we got stuff to do.
We do.
I like to call this segment Pop Yo Shit.
That's the name of it.
So let me go to the film.
We should make this a recurring segment.
I like this. Pop Your Shit.
Pop your shit.
Dang it, I had it up here. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Wait, I just had it. So it was a quote from Lovey.
Soror.
Ooh, you better say it loud.
Soror.
Lovey.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it. Is it Ajayi? Am I saying that correctly?
I believe so.
Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Lovey
she got a
Ajayi
husband.
Jones, because she got a husband.
Mm-hmm.
Your silence about your accomplishments is not service. It's enabling your erasure. I felt this so much so that I sent it to Neysa.
Yep.
And then you said,
somebody else sent it to me already.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's today's episode.
It's not. You all have heard Neysa talk about how she can promote other people.
I do.
And you do not do a great job promoting yourself. But I don't think you're alone there.
No.
So I want to take a moment, because I'm not going to speak about you. I know how great you are. We're going to practice popping our shit.
Nah.
Just give people a little, because, I mean, you out here.
I'm out here.
You know?
What you say? I didn't know we were doing that. I thought we were just talking about the quote. See, she don't tell me the whole story. She don't tell me the whole story.
Do you? What are your thoughts on the quote? How do you feel about that?
Okay, I can do that part. Okay.
And okay. Go ahead.
So I think that's very true.
Okay.
I think that, number one, women historically have been in the background. Mm-hmm. And being too boastful has been a problem. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we see that right now. We have a mediocre felon going against a highly accomplished woman. Yeah. And people are like, well, she ain't humble. Mm-hmm. Why should she be?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
She the first VP. Mm-hmm. I'll walk in, stop like a big dog every time I walk in. Here I am. They playing Hell to the Chief for Biden. They be playing Trina Baddest Bitch when I walk in.
Who's bad? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm a savage. But, you
are.
Meg,
Yes.
I'm gonna play all the things. If I was the VP.
Yeah.
But we think of things on those lofty accomplishments. We don't take into account the accomplishments that we have every day.
Right.
And the micro accomplishments that pave way for other people. Mm-hmm. And so we have to do better about that. Yeah. The way I have found from I'm having a little work talk now.
Yes, let's do it.
Is the fact of people on my team will come to me and say, hey, I did this well. Yeah. And I'm a safe space for them to tell me that. Mm-hmm. And then my job is, when they don't feel comfortable promoting themselves, I said, no problem. I'm going to share your accomplishment for you. Yeah. Okay. So that way it's still being shared and it can be seen and recognized. Right. You know? Yeah. I am that safe space for them to come and be like, hey, I really did this. It was really good. You know? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, boom, not a problem. Yeah. Guess what, y'all? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So-and-so did this. Give her, because I recognize, as hard as it is for me, I want to make it easier for the people behind me. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. I'm a good leader, y'all.
She is. I worked for her before.
I'm a good leader,
She's a great leader. You are.
You already heard my quote. I don't want to be a leader you have to heal from. Right. I'm a good leader, y'all.
Yes.
And so I want people to get that praise and that practice. Okay. When it comes to myself, I still struggle with it because I'm always head down, do the work. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I have to be cognizant about going to visit my partners and saying, hey, checking in, just letting you know I did X, Y, and Z. Okay. Because normally I do X, Y, and Z and I'm on to the next. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's done. Boom, bam. Here we are. Yeah. You know? And I'm like, no. You have to pause, people understand and see you and see the work. And that's very much also a Gen X thing. Yeah. So we do the work.
Yeah, I do.
We thought we could work hard and be recognized. And the millennials came in talking loud and then not doing no damn work. And I said, not all y'all.
I know what you mean.
But y'all came in talking loud, talking about, I'm the best. And we was like, and then they believed y'all were the best. And we was like, this bitch ain't done no work. All she did was say she the best. Y'all believe it? She can't spell. I mean, and that happened in real life. Right. You know? Okay. And so I'm just like, yeah. How she get to be the best? And she the best. I've been the best. All I do is say I'm the best.
You got it.
But because you guys are more digital natives than we are, whoever you say you are is who you are.
Who you are.
We see on social media all the time.
Yes. Gen Z ran with it.
Right. Yeah. I can just call myself Dr. J and I can be the doctor. I am Dr. Culottes. And people like...
Right. I know it's true though. Yeah.
And Gary Vee said that a long time ago. He said at some point the digital world's a reality. Yes. And this isn't. Yeah. So who am I in these spaces?
And we see that with accounts and I'm like, wow, and the perception is reality. Exactly. Like, you know, so you're like, they do a lot. You know,
we don't see them on their couch watching Netflix curled up. You know what I mean? We see they're everywhere.
The appearances, they're everywhere. And that's something we struggle with even on the podcast. Yeah. And going to events, we rather be at home. Like, Neysa, are we going to this? We going.
Yeah.
And we're taking photos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's all those things. And so I do struggle with it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, again, the accomplishments I've had, they're not just mine either. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want to make sure that they're paving a way. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have written a book. You have the book here.
Come on. What's the name of the book? Let's go.
You're ridiculous.
Come on. Come on, say it. Speak the thing.
Congrats on your engagement. Letters to Tiffany.
You have to say it like that. We're going to work on your delivery.
And so...
And where can they buy it?
On Amazon.
Currently, now. Yes. Go get your book.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm proud of you. That was good. That was hard for you. I know. Continue.
Okay.
All right. You need some tissue.
I do.
It's right there.
I know.
The tissue, she about to cry. It's okay. Go on. Get
this is not this episode. No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna get it together. Okay. Whew.
It's okay.
Almost got me.
Go ahead. Yes.
2018, that book came out, and
I'm holding it up again.
I really thought that we were in a different place, and I thought that the book was a turning point, not only in my personal relationship with my spouse, but also as we were moving into just kind of a new era. And then I thought, okay, this book's going to do this. And I don't know. Yeah. You know, I had a lot of hopes and dreams on that book. Shortly thereafter, things went awry. In addition to his cancer coming back.
Yeah.
So all the book plans I had were immediately sidelined. Number one, because of his health. Actually, probably that's number two, because of his health. But number one, because how can you promote a book about preparing for marriage when your marriage is not in a great space? And I didn't want to be Regina Hall in Girls Trip.
Okay.
You know?
I do, yeah.
I mean, that's just, here we are. Here we are. We're going to go there. I didn't want to be Regina Hall in Girls Trip.
Okay.
And so I allowed it to wither on the vine. Not that the things in there I don't believe in, because I do.
Yeah.
Not because this book is even about my marriage per se. It's about preparing for marriage and things that I wish I'd done better in preparing for my own. But I didn't want to be Regina Hall in Girls Trip.
Okay.
In addition to helping Chris fight cancer.
Yeah.
And of course, that was 2018. He died in 2019. In 2019, so I was a whirlwind, and just you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't promote the book now because people are like, do you want to get married again? And right now, I don't.
Right. You've made that clear.
I don't. Yeah. I don't. Not that I don't believe in marriage.
Right. You just don't want to get married.
I just don't want to be married right now.
That's
you know?
Yeah.
And that's because I just, for the first time in a long time, I get to answer to me. You know?
Right.
And I'm enjoying the space.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with enjoying that space. You know what I mean? And so that's why I don't promote it, because it's, you know, we see a lot of people who promote different things, and it's like, I just don't want to be that person who's promoting something that I'm not currently living. I want to walk it like I talk it.
Okay, that's real.
So
that's good.
That's why I don't talk about that all the time.
Okay.
You know? But beyond that part, I'm the first Black VP of my company.
Pop your shit.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
the first Black person in senior leadership of my company.
Congratulations.
You know?
Yeah, you are.
I should not, you know, that happens still. People are first in whatever places.
It's
but
amazing, but yeah.
But yeah, you know? And so I'm very cognizant of making sure that I leave the door open. You know? Because I should not be the last.
No.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so I'm very cognizant of that. You know? And all the spaces that I've walked into, and look, I'm really good at my job.
Really good.
I'm really good at my job.
She's really good.
But all the things that I do, I want to do them well, which makes my mom mad. I be tired all the time. But
you do.
But I want to do them well because I recognize that it's my job to leave the door open.
Yeah.
But I know the door was left open for me. You know? And so because of that, I don't always think about popping my collar because it's just doing the work.
I know.
You know?
I know.
There are many, many people throughout history who've done the work.
Yes.
That have made it possible for us to do the things.
Yes.
Who've taken stuff on the chin, who've swallowed their pride, who've done, X, Y, and Z, and it made it possible for us to do what we do.
Right.
And I'm grateful. And we don't ever know their names.
No, we don't.
But I'm grateful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I have to stop, though, and remember to pop my stuff. Because popping the stuff isn't just really for me, even though it is. Let's be honest. It is for you, too.
Yeah.
People get to know your accomplishments. But it's also so that way those behind can say, oh, there's a light over there, and I can walk that way, too.
Agreed. Walk this way. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Okay. And Neysa's a whole bunch of other things, too. But... and not just professional, but you are an amazing mother. Like, you parent like no other. And I love that. No, I love witnessing it. Like, I love just how open and transparent you are with your girls. Like, I love being on the sideline, just watching it. I'm like, wow. And your girls love talking to you. I can't imagine. You know what I mean? There are families really that are fractured. Kids, girls, they don't want to talk to their mama. You know what I mean? And so, like, to see your close bond, you're an amazing mother. Just so you know, you really are. They ain't on the pole. They ain't been in jail. They ain't on the drugs. So
that is true. That is true.
Give you those three, among other things. But I know it's hard for you to pop it. But walk it like you talk it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'll give you my walk it like you talk it. So my earrings say Fifi.
Fifi.
It stands for Fiercely Elegant Fashion Intelligence. I used to be an in-home stylist. So I would help you shop your closet. This was some years ago. I stopped doing it, and I've mentioned it before. I stopped doing it because I gained weight and I wasn't confident in who I was. Because if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of my Instagram feed, there are photos of me modeling looks. And that, you can take what people are doing now. I was an influencer before it was a thing. I really was. Yes. I can now say that, popping my stuff. So I would take the photos and, here's the look, and I would compare it and whatever. I started gaining weight, and I wasn't confident, didn't like myself, didn't like how I looked. So for me, I just quit. I quit on myself. Now, I still help friends.
You do.
I help you. I help people. Oh, that'll be good. But I don't monetize it. And I can say I don't know that I'm looking at this phase of my life to get back into necessarily doing it at that scale, I guess. But I do enjoy helping my friends figure out what they're going to wear. So I say that to say I still have an eye. I'm putting it out into the world. If you need help, we can work something out. I'm more than happy to help you shop your closet so you're not spending a whole lot of money at the stores. But yeah, that's like you said, you don't really promote the book, but that's where Fifi came from. So that's me popping.
Pop your stuff. No. And also realizing too, we came from the hustle culture of the past, I would say 10 years. Where everything, you gotta have an LLC and do this and do that. And yes, I believe you should be paid your worth.
Yeah.
Do I want this podcast to make enough money to cover my mortgage? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Speak that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we get together every week.
Yeah.
Because we like each other.
We do.
And we like what we do.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, we do. I enjoy you.
We definitely want to do more.
Yes.
For the pod. But at the same time, I'm like, I always say find something you do for free.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we found in this.
This is fun.
This is fun.
It's
this
good.
Is therapeutic for us. This is good for us. I hope it's good for you.
Yeah.
And so we keep, moving forward with it. But we gotta do a little bit better about.
And feel free to share with your people. We don't know who's listening. We thank you for listening, but if you are listening, Neysa and I, we want to host.
Yeah.
We want to be called upon as thought leaders in our respective fields, or even just for the podcast. We have the skills. We're communicators.
Definitely.
So share. All it takes is one yes. That's all it takes is one.
Yeah.
So those of you listening, watching, share with your people. We fit in anywhere.
I don't want, and not to say that we're even on that level yet.
Right.
But when you look at the top podcasts, there are consistently these podcasts that are not very nice to our age group.
Right.
And our race.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, could we be Candace Owens and be like, right. or, you know, Ratchet or whatever else? Yeah. Of course we could. Yeah. There's a space for all of that. Absolutely. I'm not even knocking their hustles, you know what I mean? But that's not who we are.
No, it's not.
And there's enough of that in the world. Mm-hmm. I want Stephen Furtick to this sermon where he was like, you know, the Me Too sermon. I think everybody's seen this gone viral. But he was like, you know, I don't want to work out. Me too. Right. I don't always want to read the Bible. Right. Yeah, me too. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I want you to be like, me too when you're watching this show. Yeah. You know? Like, I hope you're part of our tribe. Yeah. And you can see yourselves reflected in us. Mm-hmm. And know that sometimes we have answers, but we also have a lot of questions too.
We do. Question everything.
We have a lot of questions.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah.
But me too.
Aw, that was good.
Yay.
You did it. I'm proud of you. I know that was hard. Okay. All right, where can they find us? Where can they find us, Neysa?
You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcast. Of course, we're on IG and TikTok. And we're going to put some more content on TikTok as well.
I need to. I fell off. I'm not a native TikToker. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's where we'll be. That's where we'll continue to be. And join us. Like, subscribe, and share.
Buy the merch.
Yes.
GoLadies.com. Hoodie season is coming up.
Oh, it is.
And you see we have the t-shirts. So, yes. Yeah.
Please do. You. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you did it my way.
I did.
You did a 90s.
I know.
You lean with it, rock with it. This way. And then kick your foot up.
That is so millennial. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
I need to.